is no longer holding the charge. What am I gonna do?
Hey folks, it's Adam with Outdoor Pet Solutions, and in this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to swap out the rechargeable battery that's inside your OPS1000 receiver collar. So a lot of the fence systems out on the market that offer rechargeability, believe it or not, you can't change the battery. So for instance, the YardMax collar from PetSafe, it's fully encased in there. There's no way to remove the battery. Kind of sounds familiar, like the iPhone. But with the OPS1000, we didn't want you stuck in a situation where you have to purchase an entire new collar just because the battery is starting to get a little weak and it's not holding the charge as long as you'd like. So the typical length of a charge on these collars when you first get them is going to be up to 3 months on a single charge. And it only takes an hour to an hour and a half to charge up. So the charge lasts a really long time. But over the years, as time goes by, the charge in the collar will start to diminish. It's just the nature of rechargeable collars. These are lithiums, and so they have the best rechargeable technology available, but they will lose their charge from time to time. If that happens to be the case for you, it's only holding a charge for a week or two, it's time to replace the battery in it. I'm gonna walk you through how easy it is to get that done. When you order a replacement battery, it will come with all the instructions on how to get this done, but in this video, I'm gonna walk you through it. All right, so here we go. We've got our collar that's no longer holding a decent charge. We have our new battery. We have a screwdriver that contains a Torx bit that is a T10. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is a T10 Torx bit. That's what you will need in order to remove the 4 screws that are on the face of the collar to get to the battery inside. You'll also need a needle nose pliers. It'll just make your job a little bit easier. The first thing you need to do is remove the strap from the receiver. To do that, you just simply back the strap off. Once you have the strap removed, it's time to go ahead and remove the 4 screws. You'll be able to peel back the clamshell, just like so, and inside is the battery. It is connected at this point here. This little white connector is what you'll end up pulling on with your needle nose pliers. Just get a good grip on it, wiggle it back and forth, and it'll pull out just like that. Just a small little connector. We'll go ahead and set that battery aside so we don't mix it up with the battery that we're going to be putting back in. So you want to make note of the orientation of the connection. These 2 little slots here line up with the receiving end inside. You need to line up the female to the male. Go ahead and get it started, just like so. And then you'll take your needle nose pliers and gently snap it in. It is now pushed in. And we'll go ahead and lay the battery in place just like so. You'll take your clamshell. If you note, there's a lip inside the clamshell here, and then there's one that's notched out here. The notch goes towards these components here. So when you're putting it back, make sure it's not flipped around like this, because you will have a hard time getting it to line up. So just make sure it's orientated this direction. You can lay the battery inside just like that, and then fold it over, and everything should line up nicely. If it's lined up correctly, you should see very little gap all the way around. You're going to see some as you push it together because there's a waterproof seal that's lining in here that will collapse as you're putting the screws back in. We'll go ahead and put the 4 screws back in. You don't want to over tighten these. You just want to go down until that gap is gone. And I like to go opposite corner to opposite corner as I'm putting these in. So like a zigzag pattern, kind of like you're replacing the wheel on a car. When you're tightening the lug nuts, you want to go in a star-like pattern. And then we'll get this last one just like that. And so you'll notice that there's no gaps around the two halves. So you've got a good seal. Also notice that the collar is now flashing green every 4 seconds. That means we've got a new fresh battery in there and we're good to go. Matter of sliding the strap back into place and you're all set. You're watching this video probably because you need a replacement battery. So I'll put a link down in the description where you can order yours today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.